In last 1 week period, energy complex has rallied very well. We have seen more than 10% rally in crude oil prices and natural gas prices. Coming to crude oil first, as we have seen since last 3 months, prices were trading in a very broader range of $38 to 42. This week, we have almost breached 42 level mark for WTI crude oil, and now prices are heading to 45 to $46 mark on upside. Overall, we expect as vaccines are available in the market now onwards, because of that sentiments are improved, energy demand are expected to improve as vaccines are available in the market. Secondly, OPEC Plus is going to meet on 30th of this November, and possibility there could be a production cut shifting for next 3 months also. That could also improve the sentiment. Overall, we expect crude prices as technically breached the level of 42 for WTI. We can see prices moving towards 46 to $47 mark, whereas on MCX we have seen prices first time breach 3200 level mark. Unless and until 3200 doesn't break, we can see a bounce towards 3650 to 3700 for MCX crude oil prices. Coming on natural gas prices, as we have expected, prices should come down. We have seen because of inventory built up last week, prices had dropped to the level of 205 206 level, but now prices are expected to come back again with a strong demand which is expected next week from US side on drop of temperature. We may see prices moving beyond 220 would give a fresh trigger technically that can drag the prices towards 235 236 level on higher side. Overall, in energy market, technically market is slightly overbought. Maybe some pullback is possible during the initial days of next week, but overall buy on drop should be the strategy for crude oil and natural gas. Crude oil, we expect prices should test 3700 level mark. One should buy around 3300 3250 level with a stop loss of 3200, targeting at least 3650 to 3700. Whereas for natural gas, a drop towards 212 would be the good level to buy. Stop loss could be 205, and target on a breach of 222 level, prices can see 235 as an important resistance in next 1 week period. In last 1 week period, we have seen a sound recovery in all base metal prices, leaving zinc prices. We have seen copper prices gain almost 4% to trade around 565 level, whereas nickel prices rallied to continue to hold near to 1200 level mark. Zinc was slightly suppressed, trading near to 220 level, whereas lead and aluminum, both the counters, were traded with a positive bias. Overall, there are multiple triggers that has supported the base metal. First of all, vaccines. As we have heard about vaccines in Russia, US is been in line, because of that sentiment has improved. Stimulus hope are still available in the market from China and US. Data point from China and US was being supportive, because of that also sentiment has improved. Overall, dollar weakness has also added some more support. Now technically and fundamentally, base metal looks very sound, but be cautious, because already we have seen rally has been continuously there from last 3 months. So maybe technically slight overbought could be possible. We can see some pullback, but overall on a longer time frame, things would be positive. Coming on copper first, unless and until copper prices doesn't break 558 level, we may see a bounce towards 580 on a higher side. Zinc prices facing an immediate resistance of 220. A breach of 220 can find resistance towards 226 to 27 level on higher side. Lead prices continue to maintain a bullish bet above 155 level. A breach of 160 can find a resistance at around 165 to 168. Nickel prices continues to hold about 1190 is a good positive trigger. We have seen some support has been seen on a demand of iron ore, and secondly stainless steel demand is there, continue to be there in the market, that has supported the nickel prices. Prices can go up to 1230 on higher side. Also, there is a news from China that every year in winter, because of environmental concern, many companies curtail their production. That could also support copper, zinc, nickel and aluminium. So all commodities on base metal side is expected to trade with a positive bias for next 1 week period. In last 1 week period, we have seen more than 2.5% fall in gold and silver prices. We have seen since last week there are number of vaccines for COVID-19 has been registered. We have seen from Moderna, Pfizer, some vaccine from Russia also. Because of that, sentiment has been boosted, equity market rallied, and on that ground we have seen a sharp fall in gold and silver prices. As we have last time also mentioned, that 1920 is acting as a strong resistance. Unless and until on weekly basis 1920 market doesn't break and hold, we may see a sharp fall. On a breach of 1880, we have seen sharp fall towards 1800 level mark in international, whereas on domestic side, we have seen gold prices corrected to made a low of around 48,500. Now from here, we expect things has been discounted from vaccine side. Number of cases from US, Europe and India is still rising. That could create uncertainty again in the market. Overall, we expect as dollar index breached 92 level mark, we can see further more weakness in dollar index that could support gold and silver. Technically also, holding above 1790 in international can fetch a bounce towards 1840 1845 for next 1 week period. Similarly, silver prices also look to recover to test $24.5 in international. Coming on domestic side, gold we expect 48,500 would be acting as a strong support level. One can buy around 48,500 with a stop loss below 48,000. A bounce towards 49,200 to 49,500 is possible. Similarly, in case of silver, market is little bit more volatile. We have seen prices already breach 60,000 level mark. 58,500, 58,000 is acting as a strong support for silver. Unless and until prices on weekly basis close below 58,000 level mark, a bounce towards 62,500 to 63,000 is possible. The overall for next 1 week period, we may see some bounce back in bullion prices on the heat of weak dollar and concerns in regards with the COVID in the market would support the sentiment for gold and silver. The overall for next 1 week period, a bounce towards 1840 in international, whereas on domestic side 49,400 could be achievable for gold prices, whereas silver can see 62,000 level mark. Thank you.